Welcome to Gen 2. I'm Mackenzie Doherty, and this is your source for all things video game and tech related. Let's start things off with this week's up-and-coming releases. You can look forward to seeing these titles and many more released throughout the month on your favorite platforms. This week's releases are Middle-earth: Shadow of War for the Xbox One, PS4, and PC, October 10th. This sequel to the popular Shadow of Mordor title promises to be bigger in every way. Monolith reps say that the game is very similar to the original, but with bigger maps, bigger story, bigger encampments, more orcs, more skills, and more creatures. Why change what works when you can do it again, but, well, bigger? The Evil Within 2 for the Xbox One, PS4, and PC, October 13th. This game centers around the character, Detective Sebastian Castellano, from the first game. After The Evil Within, Castellano was dismissed from the police department, and the story was dismissed as fictional. Desperate to find leads, he becomes frustrated and falls back into drinking, until 3 years later, his former partner, Julie Kidman, returns to inform him that his daughter, Lily, thought to be dead years ago, is still alive, but was captured by Mobius as the test subject for Union, a STEM world created with Lily's brain. Union, which is a reflection of Lily's mind, is extremely unstable, and Sebastian must race against time to rescue her and unravel the conspiracies of Mobius before it collapses. These games and many more will be releasing throughout the month, so be sure to keep an eye out for them. Up next, check out what happened with.
Hey everybody, it's Nathaniel, and this week we're taking a look at what happened with Ghost Recon Wildlands. Ghost Recon Wildlands is an open-world tactical shooter where you and your Ghost team enter Bolivia to take down a drug cartel that has taken over the country. With the release of the new multiplayer mode this month, we're going to take a look at why Ghost Recon needs this new mode and why Ghost Recon is actually a pretty fun game. The game sticks to the series' themes of using cool technology and superior tactics to kill some bad guys, but it divulged from the previous game's form of linear levels and changed it to a large open world that you can explore and complete at your leisure. The main selling point of this game is that you can tackle any mission with a number of different tactics. If you want to be stealthy and snipe from miles away, that's one option. Or maybe you don't want to kill anyone and you just want to sneak around to get to your objectives. Or maybe you just want to run in guns blazing. Well, any of these playstyles works for Wildlands. There are hundreds of guns and gadgets that you get to use to make sure you get the job done. My personal favorite way of completing missions is by using C4 to blow stuff up. Wildlands is a pretty okay game. When I say that, I mean the overall reaction of the public was meh. It isn't like people who didn't already know about Ghost Recon are going out of their way to go and play the game. But the people who liked the other games in the series seem to like the game itself. The main reason why multiplayer is being added to the game is they want to get new players into the game and the player base that they had back into the game. Either some people liked the gunplay and the way the tactics work, but never really caught on with the story and just put the game down after a while because it's a long story. Or other people have beaten the game and spent hundreds of thousands of hours in the game itself and are looking for new stuff to do in the game. So why not test the skills that you've learned through this single player experience against other people who are either just as good or way worse than you are? What happened with Ghost Recon? Well, hopefully the game will get revitalized due to a fun new multiplayer and improve a meh game to a great game. I'm Nathaniel Cochran, and you're watching Gen 2.
Thanks, Nathaniel. Australian developer House is gaining attention for a project that's a little different. Still yet untitled, pre-alpha footage depicts a stealth-based game, but not a Metal Gear or Splinter Cell style game like you might expect. This game stars a sneaky goose. Footage depicts this foul, stealing gardening tools, surprising human characters from behind, and pickpocketing key rings. In a world of early access indie games and repetitive AAA cash grabs, it might pay to keep an eye on this goose. If only a certain goofy games reviewer was still here to play it. We will continue after some commercials, but first, here's Insight on Esports.
This is Insight on Esports, and I'm Sean Nino. Counter-Strike Global Offensive has many leagues that go around the world. 2 are going on right now in North America and Europe. The top 4 teams in Europe are Fnatic at 11-5, Team North at 10-4, Astralis and FaZe Clan both at 8-4. Team North and Astralis have 2 matchups coming soon, and this will decide if Team North can secure second place or if Astralis can work their way into a tie for second. On the North American scene, Optic Gaming is leading at 13-5, Team Liquid and SK Gaming are tied for second at 10-4, and rounding out the top 4 is Renegades at 9-5. None of the top 4 are playing each other, but with 2 wins against 5th place NRG, SK Gaming can get closer to the top and command control of second place.
Today is a day you all been waiting for. It's roster reveal day. And to help me announce our SF Overwatch League roster, I've invited some new friends who have joined the NRG fam to help me out.
There's been a lot of people talking about the Overwatch League roster. We tried lots of amazing players from around the world for many, many months to put together what we think is a beast of a team.
Any team represented by cities like Sacramento, San Jose, Frisco, Oakland, got championship potential.
The squad is stacked. These boys are ready. Oh yeah, let's bring it on.
Some Overwatch financial news: following a $15 million funding round, NRG Esports have announced a roster for San Francisco's Overwatch League team. The new investors include Jennifer Lopez, Marshawn Lynch, and Michael Strahan. The full roster for the San Francisco team: Andre Dahlstrom, Andres Francisti, Dante Cruz, David Ramirez, Daniel Martinez, Nicola Andrews, Jay Wan, who is ineligible to compete until his 18th birthday, and Matthew DeLisi, who is also ineligible to compete until his 18th birthday. And the Dallas-based Overwatch team has been named, and they are the Dallas Fuel. And an update to the League of Legends 2017 World Championship. A double round robin is set up for each groups, which means within the 4 groups, each team will play each other 6 times over 2 weeks. And over the first few games, Group A is led by SK Telecom T1 at 2-0. Group B is led by Longzhou Gaming with a record of 2-0. Group C's leader is Samsung Galaxy and Royal Never Give Up, both at 1-0. And Group D is led by Team Solo Mid and Team World Elite. I'm Sean Nino, and you've been watching Insight on Esports. Let's now go back to Gen 2.
Welcome back to Gen 2. I'm your host, Mackenzie Doherty, and you just saw Insight on Esports. Now it's time for NWIRL, where we'll take a look at some of the nerd culture right here in Maryville.
Hello and welcome to NWIRL. I'm Justin Wood, and this is the show where we meet you, the nerds, right here on Northwest Campus. Let's jump right in to meet this week's featured nerd.
Hello, my name is Joshua Smith, and I am the warden of the Northwest Gaming Club. So a gaming club is a club we have here on campus at Northwest where we play a whole variety of different games. So we do a lot of things at our meetings. We have everything ranging from video game consoles, be it the handhelds or like PlayStation or Xbox. We do tabletop gaming such as D&D or even like board games that have kind of tabletop aspects like RPG type things. We play a variety of different card games, be it Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon, a lot of people play Magic, just kind of the whole spread. My personal favorite would have to be the tabletop gaming. I'm actually one of the game masters or dungeon masters, depending on which type of system we use. I actually made my own system. It's a fairly popular game and personally my favorite. I'd say that there are 2 games that are the most popular whenever we do a club meeting. That would be Magic the Gathering. We have pretty much half the crowd does that. And then the other popular one would be the Super Smash Bros. Because we have a person who brings in their Wii U and then you can hook up a 3DS or a 2DS. That is very popular, as we even have tournaments for that sometimes. I would say the most important thing I would want members to get out of coming to Northwest Gaming is kind of that sense of community, because we're all nerds, some are more quiet about it than others. Here you can be a nerd with other people and be whatever type of gaming you enjoy, consoles, board games, etc. You can come here and enjoy it with other people and get that real sense of community. The easiest way to get involved with our club would be to come to our meetings, which we meet every Monday from 7 to 10 here at the station on campus. It gets very competitive. There have been times when I've had to calm people down because they were getting a little out of hand with the yelling. People really get into their games and get into the fighting spirit of trying to win. I'm Joshua Smith, and you're watching Gen 2.
Thanks, guys. If you, your event, or your organization want to be featured on NWIRL, you can message us on Facebook or email at respawnKNWT8@gmail.com with the subject line NWIRL. Environmentally friendly vehicles have been gaining more and more footholds in private and public transportation in recent years. Now, 2 companies are turning to a more business-oriented market. Salt Lake City-based Nikola Motor Company and German auto components giant Bosch are teaming up to create 2 hydrogen-electric long-haul trucks designed to compete with diesel semis and newly developed powertrains. These vehicles will be able to travel 1,200 miles on a tank of hydrogen and deliver 1,000 horsepower and 2,000 foot-pounds of torque. Nikola predicts that these products will be market-ready by 2021 and will carry a payload of 65,000 pounds, a significant increase on Daimler's recently announced all-electric short-haul truck, which is only able to carry 7,000 pounds. However, despite having a longer driving range than battery-powered trucks and a more clean, efficient fuel source than diesel or gas, Nikola is facing the same challenge as all renewable resource vehicles. There's nowhere to refill. Nikola hopes to alleviate some of this by building 364 hydrogen fueling stations in the US starting in 2018. Now we'll head over to Talk Nerdy to Me, our love letter to games you may not have heard of.
Hello and welcome to Talk Nerdy to Me. I'm your host, Nathaniel Cochran, and today I have with me
Morgan Saylor.
All right, Morgan, so a little birdie told me that you love Fire Emblem. Can you explain to me what Fire Emblem is?
Fire Emblem is a tactical role-playing game where you take turns thinking of your strategies per turn.
All right, and can you kind of explain that even more, less in depth for me?
Well, think of it as there is a map, and it's graphed, and there's 2 armies, one being yours and the other being the enemy. And sometimes in special maps, they would have to capture a point, rout the whole enemy, or support allies, which would be like green units on the map.
All right, okay, so so it kind of plays a little bit like chess.
Yes.
Can you tell me any of the kind of interesting features in the game? Like, I know people talk a lot about the permadeath system, and some people talk about how you can ship characters or stuff like that. Can you explain some of that to me?
Yes, with Fire Emblem Awakening and Fates, they have a marriage kind of like option thing. Like you can marry characters off and make child units, which would like combine their skills together to make
Not
it like
child soldiers though.
Not actual child soldiers. Some weird like plot right in to make them like adults.
All right, and so and then the permadeath.
Permadeath is like an option you can choose from starting a game. You can choose casual mode or permadeath. Permadeath personally is a lot more challenging and actually part of the game's core values. The whole point is you want to make sure everyone survives.
All right, and so what is your favorite Fire Emblem game?
Fire Emblem game, all right, that would have to be Path of Radiance. For the GameCube, it's just all about, it comes like down to a race war, going over prejudice themes and trying to like overcome that and better the whole like country itself.
All right, and so you're usually fighting for one whole country?
It's like there's one country dominating and conquering all the other nations. So it's like a mercenary group rising through, supporting and making its own army to take out the enemy.
All right, and who is your favorite character?
Ranulf, who is a part of the Fire Emblem Path of Radiance, Radiance Dawn. He's a beast character. He turns into a blue cat. It's pretty great.
It's pretty amazing. And so are there like different, like how do the other units operate in the game? Like, can you give me a brief description of like one of your favorite units?
Well, like I like axe wielders. I like the ones, the tough boys. They pretty much have axes, and they have a weapon triangle. So axes are good against swords, and swords are good against lances.
Okay, that makes sense. All right, well that's all we have for today. Keep it tuned to Gen 2.
Thank you for watching Gen 2. I'm Mackenzie Doherty. Stay tuned for Project Delta, where bad games go to die and good games get played badly. Gen 2 and Delta air each week, Monday through Thursday at 8 p.m. You can watch our content online at facebook.com/Gen28 and on KNWT's YouTube page.
Hello and welcome back to Project Delta. I am Mikey Williams, and this is...
I'm Nathaniel Cochran. Hello.
And what are we playing today?
We are playing Shadow of Mordor.
Why are we playing this game?
Shadow of War, the sequel to Shadow of Mordor, is coming out this week, and we thought it'd be a good idea to check out the previous game in the series before the game came out for everybody.
So when did this game come out?
This game came out in September 2014. Mm-hmm. It got a pretty good response from the critics and everybody, just because of the way the game handles and how I'm not handling it well right now, but just how the game feels and stuff. It got pretty good reviews when it first came out, and people seemed to like it.
So can you give us a general basis of the game?
Well, you play as Talon, or Talon, depending on how you want to pronounce it, who was a ranger on the Black Wall of Mordor, and then bad stuff happens, to keep it spoiler-free. And that bad stuff then leads him to be fused with a ghost friend named Celebrimbor, and then with your ghost friend, you seek vengeance on all to orcs.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Good shot there, man.
he was just like, I don't need any of that. Hello, friends. I'm gonna die, but we're gonna try this.
So are you used to this style of game?
Yeah. When WB publishes a game, they actually have a similar feel. Like, this combat is very similar to the Arkham series from, I'm being very ineffective, but very similar to the Arkham series from like the Batman universe. And it controls very similarly to where, you have a basic stun, you have a basic attack, and then you just keep repeating those two things to, in infinitum until you win the game.
So I understand there's like a mind control part of this game.
Yes, you can, I don't remember how to do it right now, but you can take over people's minds and then have them basically work for you. It fits into the Nemesis system, where basically, let's say you're fighting an orc chieftain, and that orc chieftain beats you so bad that you have to, run away and come and try again another day. Well, he's going to get bolstered, and he's going to start making more moves in the orc ranks. And he's going to remember you the next time you fight him. But also you can learn little things like certain orcs are scared of fire, and certain orcs are scared of animals, so you use that against them while you're fighting them. Not like this right now though, because I'm just going to be a coward and run away. But you basically, good job right there. You basically learn their weaknesses and exploit them against them, so you can basically beat them. And the Nemesis system in the next game is even more robust, to where they'll basically be your lifelong friend.
Oh, wow.
It looks like, uh-oh, I went down.
Oh no.
Yeah.
So what's your, oh,
nope, I died.
Oh.
Well.
So what's your main objective in this game?
Your main objective is to basically kill orc chieftains and unlock more of the map. So you go on and you keep exploring and killing more orc chieftains.
It's a big open world game?
Yes, it's a massive world. He's getting an increase now. So he might be a player. Oh, now he's filled in someone's rank, and now that's a good example of the Nemesis system right now. He was just promoted captain, and that guy's power has just increased. I guess I got into a fight that I probably shouldn't have gotten into right now, but hey, that's pretty cool.
There's still an early game part of the game, so?
Yeah, pretty early. Not too far in, not too overpowered yet.
Yeah. So you do get like to that point you get overpowered.
I mean, you know, as in any game, when you get to the late game,
Yeah.
you become a god of sorts. So
Killing left and right.
Oh, of course, yeah. Just everybody's under your foot. Nobody can stop you doing anything. All right, well, here we go again. And yeah, there's a really good stealth mechanic that I enjoy. Like it handles like a very weird mixture of Arkham games and Assassin's Creed games. It's like the love child that they were never meant to have, and I'm glad that that child exists.
Yeah. So are you excited for the new game?
Honestly, yes. I've only rented the series and watched my friends played it, but I've always kind of liked it, and I am legitimately thinking about getting the full series, the next game, because it looks even bigger and better and has like tons of stuff in it that looks really fun.
And what consoles is the new one on?
PS4 and Xbox One.
So no PC?
Also on PC, I think.
Okay.
I'm not 100% about that because I don't follow PC stuff. So.
Well, you got him.
Yeah.
So you like the combat a lot in this game?
Yeah.
From what you can tell?
Yeah, the combat is very fluid, and it's just a good time. I think he's going to raise an alarm, that one that I let get away. That's a bad idea, but I'm going to let him get away anyway.
You don't want to get swarmed.
I'm going to get swarmed. Oh, hello.
Swarming is never fun in video games.
No, never. Hello, excuse me, pardon me. How about, what does this button do? How about that?
So yeah, the controls are similar to other games in this genre in terms of the same company that makes them.
Yeah. They're published by Warner Brothers, and then I can't remember off the top of my head who developed the game itself, but a lot of the Warner Brothers games, like the Arkham series and Mad Max, share very similar combat styles, and that's actually a really good running thing that they have through their games, to where they kind of made their own brand out of it.
Yeah.
So it's pretty nifty. I mean, as you can see here, the world itself is pretty massive.
Yeah, very.
Yeah. And this is just one little area in the game itself.
Is there like a map at all you can pull up?
Not that I remember how to do on the fly. Nope.
Oh well.
Yeah, I forgot the map button. It's been a while since I played this, so you know.
It still looks like a massive world, though.
Yeah. Some of the also, since it's set in the Tolkien universe, some of the characters from the other from the Tolkien series actually come and are part of the story. Mainly Smeagol and Gollum are part of the story.
Ooh, fun.
Yeah.
So with Lord of the Rings, is the ring mentioned at all?
Yes, you are Celebrimbor, the elf who Sauron basically asked to forge all the rings of power, allegedly. And it's actually pretty cool. The backstory given for all the character stuff is really interesting.
Okay, so thank you for playing this game with us today.
Yeah,
and
it's fun being on. Thank you for having me.
And keep watching KNWT Channel 8 and Gen 2.